Facts that you may not know. Human sleep is much more bizarre than we think. Not sleeping will lead to death faster than not eating, according to research. When you don't eat anything, you can last up to 21 days, but only 10. If you have a habit of staying up all night, you have to quit immediately, because one night without sleep, your body will need up to 4 days to recover as normal. If you don't sleep within 24 hours, your mind will become very stressed, high blood pressure, and impaired immune function. After 72 hours of not sleeping, you will have symptoms of a crazy person, such as hallucinations, lethargy, paranoia, and neurological disorders. The average person needs 10 to 20 minutes to fall asleep. And if you fall asleep in less than 5 minutes, you may have a lack of sleep. A very effective way to improve sleep is to sleep without clothes. Sometimes you suddenly wake up in the middle of the night without knowing for some reason. It's because your heart rate drops to an alarmingly low level. Send an emergency signal to wake your body up. Facts that you may not know. Human sleep is
called Spelman College. That's John D. Rockefeller's wife. Her last name is Spelman. Her last name is Spelman.
That's the man's wife?
That's his wife.
Look at Spelman down south?
Man, Google it right now. Google who spelled.
Go look this up.
Mrs. Laura Spelman Rockefeller.
Ooh! Let's not talk about Morehouse. Look, you think it goes back to somebody that's black? They don't.
What?
Just like you can trace back all the presidents to come from one entity, come from one bloodline, you can do the same thing with every medical college. Now, within the last 20 years, there's a bunch of new medical colleges that came up outside of that, which still follow the curriculum, but don't have that name. But when you start studying these names, man, they go back to John D. Rockefeller family, man. That's why if you go and you teach against them, you can get locked up and persecuted because he sits at the head of the federal directors in the federal Supreme Court.
Ain't that some shit?
Man, he controls the damn world, man. Him and the Carnegies. In Atlanta right now, you have something called Spelman College.
Shock this week after executives discovered that many customers are apparently purchasing footlong sandwiches and eating the entire 12 inches by themselves. A spokesperson for the company addressed reporters this morning.
This is not how our products are intended to be consumed. Our footlong subs have always been meant to be shared among 2 or more friends. Eating an entire foot of food shouldn't be possible for most people. But they've been doing it somehow, and it needs to stop.
To encourage healthier eating habits, Subway is clarifying its marketing, adjusting language on menus and in television commercials like this one. $5 footlongs? Wow, that's $2.50 per person. Subway's corporate leadership says they were horrified to learn of the misunderstanding.
It's honestly frightening. I mean, you don't see people eating entire pizzas by themselves. We even cut the footlongs in half into 2 regular-sized sandwiches before handing them to you. But I guess that wasn't clear enough.
And of course, this story comes on the heels of other fast food restaurants clearing up their own marketing campaigns. A new Burger King commercial shows the Chicken Club sandwich as it was intended to be eaten, slowly and in small bites throughout an entire day. And just last week, Taco Bell clarified that its restaurants are open until 1 a.m. or later in case you have an emergency where you need more dog food and all the stores are closed.
No, the fuck they
Acted
did.
with shock this week after executives discovered that many customers are apparently purchasing